Hey everybody, welcome to the Murdered Coyote YouTube channel. I wanted to sit down and have a talk with you guys before we got into this video. I wanted to apologize that I have not finished this Hot Wheel sooner. I wasn't being 100% lazy, but there was definitely a time I could have done this and gotten it taken care of. My life was a little bit hectic there for a little while, and that time after Christmas, and I just kind of pushed it on the back burner and I didn't get it done obviously in time for Christmas. I just want to say sorry for that. I'm still going to be doing the car. I'm going to be finishing it today in this video, and it still will be going away to a subscriber. I really enjoy giving back to you guys. I really appreciate you guys clicking on my videos, watching my videos, and spending time with me working on Hot Wheels and my cars and all the other crazy things I do on here. Well, since my last video, I've actually had 3 vehicles break down on me. 3 vehicles that were running and driving, and I was able to drive them, any one of them, to work at any time I wanted. And all 3 of them in a month's time decided they all decided they just wanted to break for some reason or another. All the way from catastrophic failure to not that big of a deal, but still in a month's time, 3 vehicles were down of mine, and it made getting to work really difficult. I was carpooling with my wife. She kind of worked some crazy hours and I worked not so crazy hours. So there was lots of back and forth, lots of gas, lots of driving. And so I really needed to get a good, reliable vehicle that I could get to work with. And so I ended up going and buying a vehicle. I'm very happy with my new truck. You'll be seeing it, I'm sure, in my YouTube videos. It's just something that you never expect whenever you've got 3 different vehicles, that getting to work would become a challenge. And it definitely did. Also, in that same time period and in between a couple of cars breaking, I got a new job. I'm no longer in the automotive paint industry. I'm now in the industrial side. I'm a draftsman for an industrial company now. I draw parts in AutoCAD, and that's something that I always wanted to learn how to do, and now I'm doing it every day, and it's super exciting. It's a skill that I can take not only at work with me every day, but into the car industry and implicate it into my own cars and design my own parts, which is very exciting. In that time period of getting this new job, getting to that new job became difficult. And so anyways, my wife and I, we ended up going and getting me a new to me vehicle. I'm very happy with, and you'll be seeing it quite a bit on the YouTube channel. Don't worry, I still have my Mustang. I will not be getting rid of the Mustang at all. It is one of the ones that is currently broken, but do not worry, it's not going anywhere. It will be fixed. No big deal there. I tried to never have the Mustang as my daily driver, something that I relied on since I did race it quite a bit and beat on the car. I knew it was a matter of time before I broke something, so that was something that I never tried to have the Mustang be a car that I relied on. It was just a fun play car, and it still is. So with all that being said, let's get back to the reason why you probably clicked on this video, and that is for the custom RX-7. I'm no longer going to be calling it the Santa's RX-7 since we're way past Christmas. From here on out, I'll probably just call it the custom RX-7. And don't worry, it is still going out to one of you subscribers. At the end of the video, I'll talk about the rules and how to enter in to win this car. So with all that being said, let's get started on the RX-7. Okay, now we're gonna start with changing out the wheels on this car. As you know, we've already got this car tore apart. I don't even have the interior in it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside, and we're gonna grab our donor car. I really like the style of wheels that are on this car right here, but I think it'd be cool with some white ones. So I went ahead and got a donor car that had the same wheels but in white. So we're gonna go ahead and take these wheels off and put them on the RX-7. If If you're wondering kind of what technique I'm using here and what size drill bits I'm using, take a look at my How to Customize Hot Wheels series, and I take you step by step of exactly what I'm doing right here, and that should give you all the information you're going to need on how to do this. Ta-da! Now the car is separated. Set the body aside, and there are these little tabs right here and right here that are holding these axles in place. I just take a screwdriver and I bend them back. Well, that one came out really easy. Now I'm going to repeat the same process on the RX-7. Lucky for us, they're actually the same size, so I don't have to cut these down and make custom axles or anything. They're going to work just fine. Perfect. So now we have white wheels on our RX-7. Okay, next up I'm going to be showing you how I make my my aerodynamics or aero style splitters and custom body parts for these cars. So I just use regular styrene sheet. This is 0.10 thickness or 0.25 millimeters thick. So it's real flimsy. It's almost like paper, but a little bit thicker. So I'm really a big fan of chin splitters. I love them. I think every car could benefit from having one just because of how cool they look. So something I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take this front axle back out. You know what? I'm actually gonna take both of them out. So I'm going to take the styrene sheet here. I'm going to set the front of the car on the styrene sheet. And whenever you're making your front splitter here, you don't want it to be any longer than your wheel well right here. So you want to look at this line right here, as it's not really going to pass this, because then it'll be in your wheel well and your wheels will rub on it, or it won't move at all. So whenever I line this up with the styrene sheet, I will set the car so that it sits flush with the styrene sheet on that line. You see that? So once I've got that all lined up where I want it, I take a Sharpie, because I found a thick Sharpie actually is a great length for a splitter. So I trace out the front of the car here in Sharpie. And whenever I pull it back, that turns out to be almost just the perfect length sticking out from the car. I think it really makes it look good and gives it a good depth in the detail. So now, since the styrene sheet is so thin, you can use just regular scissors and cut it. If you use the thicker styrene sheet, sometimes the scissors will actually bend the styrene or warp it a little bit. And with this, you can just use regular old scissors. Alright, so there's our front splitter. Super easy. And now you can either do two things here. You can either tape this down to something and go and spray paint it. Styrene sheet you can spray paint. I've done it quite a few times. Or, you know, for whatever reason, say your parents won't let you use spray paint, or you're in a place where you can't spray paint. You could also just use a Sharpie on this. You're going to be gluing it. There's not a whole lot that's going to stick out. You could honestly Sharpie this and get away with it, and it's going to look really good. And just to show you that it does look good, I'm going to do that with this one. I usually paint these, I spray paint them, but I'm going to show you that you can use Sharpie and get a very good result out of it. I try to make my methods where anybody can do them, no matter what age you are. And I realize that spray painting, some parents don't want their kids spray painting, and these videos are kind of geared towards helping children learn how to do this, or helping younger people. You don't have to be a child, you could be a teenager. That's whenever I started doing this. I was in high school whenever I started making these. You could be a teenager or younger, and your parents don't want you using spray paint or You live in an apartment complex, so spray painting stuff is actually like really difficult. I know exactly what that's like. I lived in an apartment for a year and it was very difficult to do stuff like that. So for this video, I'm gonna be using Sharpie. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the same method and make some side splitters and a rear splitter for this car. Now go ahead and cut these out. Okay, so now I've got all the pieces cut out, and now pretty much all I'm gonna do is just take a Sharpie here and I'm gonna color all of these in. Keep in mind you will have to do both sides of these. You will have to let one side dry and then go back and do the other side. If you do decide to use the Sharpie method, you want to make sure that you have a newer Sharpie or one that's really good on ink, because if it's not, it won't work very well. And I'm seeing that this one is starting to run out, so I am going to have to go grab another Sharpie so that I can finish this up and make it look good. So now just a little bit of time, these will be dry, and I'm actually going to glue this side to the car, and then once it's glued to the car, I'll flip the car over and then I'll paint the other side of it. So let this dry, then we'll grab the super glue and we'll come back. Okay, we're back. I've got my super glue. So I've got the car upside down here, and I've got my freshly painted pieces. And with this styrene sheet being thin and weighs really nothing, you don't need a whole lot of super glue. I'm just gonna put a couple little dots on there and then go ahead and set it on the car. Now with the side splitters, they're really thin and it would be real easy to get the glue on me. So I'm actually just gonna put a couple dabs on the car. I mean, just little bitty dabs of super glue on there, because you don't want it going everywhere. And then I'm going to very carefully place this on the car without getting my fingers in it, if that's possible. Also, I noticed if you get too much super glue on here, these pieces will want to move around on you. There we go. I actually did put a little bit too much on there. That piece did want to move around on me. There we go. Put a little bit less on that one. I'll go ahead and move on to the back piece. Now I do notice I just put a little bit too much on there, so hopefully that doesn't give me any problems. All right. Now this is super fast drying super glue, so about 5-10 minutes and I'll be able to come back and I'll be able to color the rest of that. Okay, this is good and dry now. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Sharpie and I'm going to color the rest of these. Now you will want to go back and hit the sides, because if you don't, you'll have a little white line all the way around it. So go ahead and hit your sides. Now something I did notice is whenever I made these side splitters, they do poke into the wheel well a little bit. So I'm gonna have to check and make sure that my tires fit without rubbing on this. And if they do, we'll just take a little X-Acto blade, go in there and cut that off, and I'll Sharpie on the edge that I cut. It's no big deal. Something you'll notice too with the styrene sheet is that whenever you glue it, it actually kind of stiffens the styrene sheet and it makes it really hard, and actually makes it like it's the thicker stuff after it's been super glued. It's kind of cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and just toss my wheels in here to make sure that we're still good. Looks like the front wheels are gonna be fine. I know these are the same axles, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop one in the back too. And it's close, but it rolls, so we're gonna keep it. So now I set my interior back on. Everything's still rolling. We're still good. Awesome. Now I know on this car specifically, it pops back together really well. And to some people, that's fine. Like, they're happy with that. If it pops back together and it stays, they're happy. And I totally get that. For a long time I did it that way. And just since I'm going to be giving this away to somebody, I am going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue in the rivet hole here and back there, press it together so it's glued together and hopefully doesn't come apart. But other than that, I'd say the car is pretty much done. Since I didn't go ahead and paint the red and everything on this car like I originally planned to, it actually came out to be a very clean, tuner looking car. This would be something I would totally drive. It's very clean, has some aero on it, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. This is definitely one that I would create for my own personal collection. And I hope that whoever wins this enjoys it as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on those rivets and glue the car back together. I'm gonna go ahead and seal this back up in the box. If you want to know how I do that, go ahead and take a look back at my How to Customize Hot Wheels series. In that series, I show how to put a Hot Wheel back in its container and how to open it properly without tearing up the packaging. But since I've already got a video on that, I won't take up your guys' time with showing you how I did this one. Now, here's how you can win this Hot Wheel. There's just 3 simple things that you gotta do. 1, you've gotta be a subscriber. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you will not win this car. 2, you've gotta like the video. And 3, I want you to tell me your favorite part about my YouTube channel. Is it my Hot Wheels stuff? Is it my real car stuff? Are you from way back whenever I used to do car detailing reviews? Let me know in the comments down below. What is your favorite part of my YouTube channel? So just those 3 simple things. Be a subscriber, like the video, and what is your favorite part about the Murdered Coyote YouTube channel? I wanted to thank you guys so much again for watching this video, for coming along with me as I customize Hot Wheels and do a bunch of other car related stuff. You guys are awesome, and I couldn't do it without you guys watching my videos. So thank you so much for being a part of this YouTube channel. You guys are awesome. Now, whenever I pick the winner, I will be using a random generator. I take everybody's names that is subscribed, liked the video, and left a comment of why they like my YouTube channel. And I put it into a random generator, and it picks out the name for me completely randomly so that you don't think I'm picking favorites or picking somebody I know. My last giveaway actually went to somebody in the UK. I live here in the central United States, right smack dab in the middle, and there's no way I could have known the guy that won my last Hot Wheels giveaway. And it was so cool to talk to him. He let me know whenever he got the package, and he was very happy to get it. So don't think that just because you're in a different country you may not win, because I shipped the last one out to the United Kingdom. And there was no way I could have known that guy. I really hope you guys enjoy this Hot Wheel. It's definitely my style. This is something that I would actually do and put into my personal collection. So there really is my personal taste in this car. I didn't try to make it big and crazy for YouTube. This is actually a kind of build that I would build for my own personal Hot Wheels collection. It's a clean import. It's slammed real low. It's got the Aero style body kit on it. And that's just really my style. I love it. This car is awesome. And it's one that I would put in my personal collection. So you're definitely getting kind of a piece of my personality in this car. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell me why you like my YouTube channel, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.